Okay, welcome back everyone. Now we know who the royal is in royally photoshopped. So today's article is about the British royal family and specifically one rather beloved member, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, or Princess Kate as she's known colloquially. So unfortunately, the end of last year was a bit of a rough time for the royal family. King Charles announced that he is unfortunately suffering from cancer. And shortly thereafter, Kate also announced that she needed to have abdominal surgery, likely due to a complication from her last birth. And so, obviously, many people in the UK were extremely worried about both of them, I think, but more so Kate, because she really is beloved by quite a lot of the public in the UK. And so she had her surgery and then no news. Usually the royal family put out announcements to like explain what's happening, or they give photos, like candid photos from the royals to the newspapers so that the general public can keep up with what's happening to them. But Kate has vanished. And in true internet fashion, this has now caused a conspiracy theory about where Kate is. And so many people are wondering, like, did something go wrong with her surgery? Is something wrong with her marriage? And so the tabloids in the UK and all around the world actually are now in great debate about what has happened to her. And so recently it was Mothering Sunday in the UK. It's a celebration that we don't have in Korea, but it's Mother's Day and it's celebrated in March. And so usually, because she is a mother of 3 lovely children, they often put out a picture of her and the children so that the public can see how they're doing. And it was a lovely picture of Kate with the 3 children. And eagle-eyed sleuths have realized that this image was actually quite photoshopped. So there was a misalignment with the zip on her jacket, and her daughter's sleeve is like missing at one point, and her fingers look a little bit weird. And so all of this has just added to the drama, the conspiracy theory of what has happened to Kate. And it did nothing to quell the rumors at all. And so the palace themselves had to offer a retraction to the major news articles around the world, recalling the image, because they have standards where they don't want to publish images that have been created by AI or changed in Photoshop, because journalism is supposed to be authentic. And so now it's thrown into question the legitimacy of the content that is coming from the British royal family, because this is not the first time that they have been caught photoshopping. I remember one picture of Prince Louis, he had an extra finger on his hand. And so while there might be innocent theories, many people think that maybe taking a nice photograph of 4 people is quite difficult. Mm-hmm. So they think that maybe they chose the best picture of everyone laughing and smiling and then compiled them together to make the best photograph to show out. Or the more kind of conspiracy side of it, they think that wasn't Kate in the picture. They have photoshopped her face on. And so still, there's no answer. Where is Kate? Why was the image photoshopped? Mm. So hopefully we can find out soon. As a Brit, I'm very curious too. I'm worried about her. So with all of this in mind, does knowing that a photo has been edited affect how you perceive someone's authenticity?
No. I mean, I think unless they're promoting that the way that they look in that photo is due to something that they're trying to sell. For
like
example,
detox tea, diet pills.
I do think that is very like scam-like, and I don't believe them. If I can't believe in that situation, then I cannot believe in another thing that they're telling me to do. But if it's just to look good, for looking good's sake, right? I don't think it really matters. 'Cause I think everybody wants to put their best face forward, I do it as well. I think all my friends also, even though I see them in person and I know they don't look like that, I will still give them likes on Instagram, because a good picture is a good picture. And even I do see how celebrities would also want to maintain that image of, perfection.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think it would take away from their authenticity. What's your opinion?
I completely agree with you. I think if you're selling a product, it's definitely, it would make me question everything about them. But as you said, I think in this day and age, everybody edits their photos to show their best side of themselves and to feel confident in their own skin. So yeah, I think that one would be fine. So how do you think that digital technology and access to photo editing tools has changed the landscape of both personal and professional photography?
Well, although we have a lot of access to photoshopping, the fact that even the royal family can still make some mistakes or they can't get away with it, it's a little bit comforting that we can still tell what's real from what's not. So I think that it's good to have these tools because there are many great things created with Photoshop. I've seen very creative works with that. The covers of magazines or some the posters for movies.
Yes,
those need photoshopping. So I do think it's good to have. But for personal photography, I mean, to each their own. Everyone's entitled to what they feel comfortable with photoshopping, as long as they're not trying to sell anything with that. What are your thoughts?
I actually really enjoy photography, and I think that the photography that I share, I think that people who enjoy my photography, and me too, I think I enjoy photoshopping people out of pictures to make, I know that sounds a little cruel, but I enjoy taking like people out of pictures to make the landscape pop more and to kind of showcase the place that I was in. And I think for many people, they would realize there used to be a crowd of people there, but to show the place in all its glory, I photoshopped them out. And so I think that you just kind of need to be media literate. Like you need to understand that sometimes the things that people share, especially on places like Instagram, they do it for the beauty of it, rather like whether that be a landscape or a building or a person. I think Instagram is a place for beautiful things, and so editing them, yeah, I think definitely from the start of Instagram till now, if you think about the quality change of the pictures, it used to just be for sharing food, but now it's for sharing everything. And so I think that I think it's really interesting, and I think that you are creating art when you take a photograph. And so by doing that, I think it's okay. It's okay. Okay, so we hope that you enjoyed today's reading. If you can, try to use some of the new vocabulary words that you might have encountered in your everyday speech, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Stir.
Stir.
Abdominal.
Abdominal.
Retraction.
Retraction.
Enhancement.
Enhancement.
Provoke.
Provoke.